I'm Jessica with the Pain-Free Athlete. And this exercise I'm calling the reverse clamshell. It also works the gluteus medius, that small glute muscle in the back here that's really important for function and for posture, but it does it through internal rotation. The clamshell, when we do that exercise, we're externally rotating the hip. But of even greater importance is internal rotation and having the strength in the glute med, and that movement that helps to stabilize our hip, gets that hip and acetabulum of the pelvis to really have a good solid relationship so that we can move with ease and stability. So for this exercise, you can see that I'm in a 90-degree position in my lower body, and I've got a small block between my knees. Now you could use even a towel, even if you're at the gym or something, even just your fist you could use. I've done that. And then I'm just relaxed up here in my upper body. Again, keeping my upper body forward so that I keep this movement in my hip. And now I want to get my back out of this movement. Just like with the clamshell, we can compensate with the back when we're doing this movement as well. A lot of us really struggle to move from our hips without engaging our back muscles, and that could be part of why you have some really tight back muscles. So let's get those out of the picture here. We're going to inhale through our nose, exhale out the mouth, and then tuck that pelvis under. We're doing our side crunch, just like if we were on the back, on the ground and doing our crunch, bringing the pelvis and rib cage toward each other, engaging those abs. We're going to push down into that bottom hip and move that top hip away slightly. So we've really lengthened that back in two different ways by tucking under and pushing that hip out. Now we do the opposite of the clamshell as far as our shift in our knees in this exercise. We're going to take the top knee and actually pull it back. So we're going to inhale through the nose and we're going to pull that back on our inhale. And then the exercise itself, we're going to exhale out the mouth and we're going to push into this block. And you should feel that inner thigh engage. And then we're going to lift our foot up. And we want to keep our thighs pretty parallel for this. It can be easy to get a little bit too far down, and then it's hard to find that glute med. So keep those thighs parallel, tucked with the pelvis, open the hip, push down. And if you don't really push down, you might not feel that hip, and you might need to adjust and pull back more. And it can be a little tricky because the body's not as used to doing this perhaps. And so you might struggle a little bit. You might feel a little bit in that adductor. That's okay. Pulling back, pressing in, and then you can do repetitions. Or like I was there, if you're struggling a little bit to try to find it at first, you can play with your position a little bit until you get it, and then start your repetitions. So if you're going to do the clamshell, where you do external rotation for the gluteus medius, you want to do the reverse clam, where you're doing internal rotation for the gluteus medius.